So instead of rumble, we're going to break. We're going for the happy ending. This has got to be a happy ending. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Oh, see, that's much nicer than iciness, isn't it? Much, much nicer. Sure, you can meet Rolo. Okay, so we've been to Beck's. We've had dinner with Beck and her mums, and now we're off to meet Rolo. And Beck, I think, is coming with us. Rolo is waiting for us in the treehouse. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him
Luca
about...
stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promised to tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. There's a juicy secret you've got to tell me. Okay, you rolled over pretty quick there, Luca. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah! We get to go in! Ooh, this is new! What did you do? Hide! Oh no, she's coming out. That's Heiress Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh! I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course, as long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
His voice was an excited whisper.
Oh, now this is what I was talking about. Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. Do you understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. Can't wait to see the look on that Rube Her's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. There's one thing I've learned. It's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. I really like Beck. I like Beck a lot. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
It's Granny! Oh my god! Ah, I did not see that one coming. Granny, what are you doing? Granny is saying family. It's all about family for Granny.
A chill ran down Luca's spine.
I'm not surprised.
His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Heiress a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Why does everybody walk sideways? Ooh.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have.
All the better to listen to you with.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my Gran. That was your Gran? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Let's go see Rolo at the treehouse. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. Sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. But something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year, the crops came back, but something was different. Plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why. Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. For some reason, their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. This is the short version. Blimey, Luca. What's the long version like? The Bacon? The Bacon Pines Reborn Initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels. One town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Hang on a minute. Hold your horses. So this is how they did it. They created a replica town, moved the entire town out of Beacon Pines for a week, did something that caused this horrific frostiness over the original Beacon Pines, and then when everybody came out of their hotels, they dumped them in the new Beacon Pines, and that's how nobody knew. This is what I'm thinking. Are you with me on this plan? Do you think I'm dotting the I's and crossing the T's correctly here? We'd better get going. Come on, let's go see Rollo. Brief. Here we are. Rollo. It's about time. You're not wrong, mate. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. I'll be too safe these days. Go. Oh, I like Rollo. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. What do we have to do? Oh, we've got to throw something at it. Have we grabbed it? Grab it. Oh, I missed. Bugger. Oh, again? Mamma mia. I'm gonna hit a moving target now. What is the point of that? Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. Come on then, Beck. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So, like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organised. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let me go and I ran. Dang. It's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Heiress Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meet-up. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at Valentine Warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Heiress Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so, we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, if it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse, I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing was not damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the world, or universe even. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mum went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. So is it his Gran? It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. Sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. Guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. We can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Secret lair.
Da, da, da.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
Oh, they're there already. What time is it? Putting on the same jumper. Look, you've been wearing the same jumper all the time. Put on a different one. Right, I'm coming. Oh, they're here already. Were we not going to call them when the coast was clear? Rolo, what on earth is that? It's got a super sleuth hat on. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this. It helps me think. Gonna need a lot more than those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. Coast is clear? Yep. Whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. Game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it. Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Oh, yes, there is. Top of the landing. Yeah. A closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishwasher in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the
A
latch.
look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
All right, Rolo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed
Before he
with...
could finish, Luca scrambled up Rolo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Wow, that wasn't anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup
As Beck
and...
pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Secret passages! Seems like your Gran has been doing some remodelling. Dude, only two types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds. Superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Basement. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
That's his dad. What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a
Luca
doctor.
nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you going to read it? Here, let me help.
Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as these are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means,
He
proceed.
stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Aha, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from
Rolo
Joseph.
looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. It's Joseph. That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait,
Rolo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated, perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something
Rolo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terence's condition follows close behind. Exasperated by the loss, enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rolo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean? Enough is enough. How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit! Luca, mind your language!
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Ah, is your Gran a serial killer? As I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She puts little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. Mr. Nuncreed is well dodgy. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mum's are both on here, both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Heiress has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Going through. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive, and jam jars. That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your Gran making? Charm! Oh, it continues, people. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Lou casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam. He
Huckleberries.
smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And ink. What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jamgram. It says, last night I used the disguise Heiress provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Oh, this looks like a treasure map. Not every map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. Starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow
Rollo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? Festival. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the centre of town. She's going to blow up the festival. I don't think Gran's going to blow up the festival. Just saying. Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark.
But if they didn't close the cabinet behind them, it's kind of pointless. There's a great big fuck-off hole in the kitchen wall.
Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped.
This is where I'm ending today's video. Thanks for watching. Hit like while you're here, pop me a comment down below, and sub if you've yet to do so. Check out my other videos, there will be something there that you enjoy. Until next time, ciao for now.